Welcome to Racing, Pacing, Chasing. This is the Harness segment, episode 10. I'm joined by my co-host, Rocky Butterworth. Welcome, Rocky.
How are you, mate? All right?
Pleasure to have you with me once again, mate. It is a special show.
It should be.
Love joining with you this time every week, but we must thank the sponsor, the Kapunda Harness Racing Club, who are the segment sponsor of the pacing segment, week in, week out, but also Prince Albert Hotel in Gawler, who sponsor Racing, Pacing and Chasing. Two great, very good sponsors.
They are, and don't forget Gawler Harness, which is run by your old man as well, of course, out at Gawler, but they've come on board in a good way as well, so we'll get out there at some stage in the near future and have a good chat to Pete.
Yeah, we look forward to doing that. He did actually put a request in that you put his logo up this week, Rock, so he said he's a sponsor now, but you've missed him the last couple of weeks.
I would love to put it up, but I don't think he's got one.
Yeah, there's a logo there. You got to take it off the front gate. You got to take a photo off the front gate. So I'll go when I'm going home tonight. I'll take one for you, right?
Good, righto.
But we must also mention that we are filming tonight from the front bar of the Highway Motel, or Highway Inn, sorry. Highway Inn. So.
Ex-Glenelg champion, mate, that you had no idea who Simo was, which is frightening.
This is the first time you've told me that.
Couple of flags, 280-odd games, played for Hawthorn. Run these pubs.
Is this pop me night, is it?
No, I'm just letting you know because it's important that you know the things about superstars like Simo.
Front bar. Don't make me pick up a glass, mate. Anyway, let's get straight into some local news. Brought to us by the Gawler Harness Racing Club, and we do thank them for jumping on board, and we'll get their logo on. Thanks, Dad. But let's just touch, Rock. We'll start with a bit of controversy. Programming. I'll let you go, and then I'll have my opinion. I thought pretty ordinary last week to have Perry and Strathalbyn on the Monday, and Strathalbyn fell over as a result. There needs to be that one meeting a week at Globe Derby. And we've come off the back of 6 months ago seeing what happened with no racing at Globe Derby. Yeah. It's not good. Any meetings falling over, especially one a week. We've already got two.
Well, it's no secret. I had a discussion with Gary Crocker about this, the chairman of the board, and I said I didn't want to be a smart ass, but I knew as soon as the programming came out that there was Pirie on the Saturday, and then the other side of the state in Strathalbyn on the Monday. That was never going to hold up. They weren't going to travel to Port Pirie and then jump in their floats again Monday and head up to Strathalbyn. So it's really bad that we miss a meeting, because there are enough professionals in the industry that rely on that second meeting a week to earn a living, and we can't just sit in our hands and say, oh, well, that's bad luck. It's more than bad luck. It's actually cost some people their job in the industry. So it needs to be fixed quick, smart.
Yeah, I agree. And we can't dwell on it. We have to get together and work out the solution for it, because, we are down to that 2 meetings a week. And, Tasmania do it, for 3 months of the year, but they're just about to start pick up 2 meetings a year. And you saw even someone like Ben Yole down in Tassie had the number of horses he does, has to, take a team of 12 to 15 horses to Victoria. But I was only talking to someone about this today, and I speak to Ben most days. He's had a very successful campaign in Victoria. I think he's won near on 150,000 from his horses just in his 3 month stint, and he heads back to Tasmania with his full team next week. So congratulations to him there, and he'll be back. I think he works all of 60 horses, or he does, and with the 2 meetings a week there, it's a big difference for someone like him when you go from 2 meetings to 1 meeting. So we see that example, and we've got it here firsthand.
Yep, too right.
And you've got Mount Gambier this Friday, so we've gone Pirie, Strath, Mount Gambier. It did hold up, but It's taken, and full credit to him. Shane Loon's taken a team down there for that Sprint Series race as well, where there's 2 races on the one night. So he supported that club, and full credit to him for doing so.
I agree. Yeah. No doubt about that. He's done that consistently, Shane, as well. He will nominate wherever. He is one of those blokes that are happy to race his horses twice a week, though. And a lot of us can't do that for whatever reasons, but his horses seem to be conditioned enough to get around twice a week, but he does support wherever they are.
Yeah, it's similar to Ben Yole. Like Ben Yole does it down there. It's his style of training, and he does a very good. He's leading our premiership at the moment, Shane Loon. So full credit to him. But let's. We've also got. We've got the Globe Derby meeting this week, and then also Monday. So there's really 3 meetings in the state, but just spread out one down south as well. So good program and some good racing on Saturday night here at Globe Derby, and then Monday as well. But let's just go interstate abroad. So D Denudo's an interesting horse that. We're not talking high-profile races. We want to talk one, the everyday run-of-the-mill. Yeah. But now in the Emma Stewart camp, it's won its last 2. I'll let you talk a little bit more about it. It's quite impressive. They've had the horse all of 5 or 6 weeks. Now, we know Emma Stewart and Clayton Tonkin, who's just got his trainer's licence, actually. Has first runner back since 2004, I believe. Goes around this week with Ride High. So he's his first runner back this week, and he actually takes on 3 of Emma Stewart's runners. Yeah, he said he's got a special connection to that horse, so he's back in the training ranks. But Emma Stewart and Clayton Tonga do an amazing job with their horses. Amazing doesn't even describe it. And Deidre Nudo here, what about that horse, Rock?
Well, mate, if they charge around the same as any other trainer in Victoria, and it's in that age group of 5 to 8, 9 years old and has been plodding around earning a check every now and then, this horse, Deidre Nudo, which I follow because of The Castle.
The what?
The movie The Castle.
Was there a movie called The Castle?
Yes, there was, mate. You got to get out of that little bubble out there at Gawler, mate, and have a look at The Castle. It's 4 starts prior to joining Emma's stable. Started at $115, $45, $45 and $30 and finished down the track. Right? 6 weeks later, it's won first up, but the second run was unbelievable. It was 3 wide until it finally found the top, and then they took it on when it did find the top, and it's run 155.6 around Geelong over the long. It ran 155.6 the week before over 1690, another 500 metres, and it still runs exactly the same time.
Mile rate, not the overall time, just for viewers.
That time would just about win the Inter Dominion for it. That class of horse, to do what it's done in 5 or 6 weeks, who knows where the horse will get to over the next 3 to 6 months with Emma Stewart. What an unbelievable story.
Good run there, as we've said, and continuing to improve. An amazing story, and you're right, where to next? And they've got an amazing eye for horses, Clayton and Emma.
I have no idea how it got into their barn, but if they picked it, man, they're geniuses.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, 3 wide, no cover. We've got to get into the segment because there's a few here to follow, and then we've got the prestigious, renowned RPC Drive of the Week award. So let's get into it. 3 wide, no cover. Righto, Rock, 3 wide, no cover. Thanks to MGA Insurance Brokers. You've found one here, and you're actually you're pretty buoyant about this one on Saturday night. We're at Port Pirie. We didn't have the best of nights ourselves, but and we'll get to one of your. We'll pay a little tribute to one of your mares shortly, but you found one that you like this week going in the Globe Derby on Saturday night.
Well, I do. There was a rider with it that it had to draw well, and Solar Sonic had to draw the second row. Well, it hasn't panned out that way. Solar Sonic's drawn 6, and Wayne will just rock it to the front.
Moral. Absolute RPC moral, Solar Sonic.
And unfortunately, Dean Girardi's drawn second row with Julius Franco, the horse that I'm picking as our 3 wide, no cover. It settled last at Port Pirie. We know that for whatever reason the horses don't come from the back there, and it ran home really strongly for third. And I just thought he's got that horse ready for this $17,000 final. And unfortunately, he drew the second row, and Wayne's got the front. But I reckon it's a dead set Quinella, so I'm really happy to jump on Julius Franco Saturday night.
Yeah, good each way price, I think it'll be as well, given the second row draw. But you're right, had it drawn the front row, and the barrier draws are always going to play a result in this race. Talking to Wayne at Sunday at the trials, Solar Sonic only had to draw 6 or 7, and the race was just about all over. He'll be very short, Solar Sonic. He's come set for this race, and they're going to do They're going to do very well out of this for what they paid for the horse. They've turned its form around. It won last start, but they were a little bit disappointed in its run, Solar Sonic. They treated it. It was a little bit crook after that run. And set it, it was probably a little bit unders at Pirie first up. It hadn't trialled again since its last run. It'll take good improvement from that front row. It'll be pinging. You've never seen a quicker horse out the gate. Probably, and I was talking about the only horse that would hold it's in the free-for-all, the Ides of March. Yeah. It's the only quicker horse out in SA, but it'll be leading. It'll be winning. Solar Sonic. No, in the money. In the money, thanks to Fluoro Milk, Clay Mods and Kimmy K and Rocky, you've got one last chance, and I mean it, one last chance to put chocolate, banana, strawberry, Fluoro Milk right here in front of us. I'm sick of saying it.
Mate, we're at the Highway Inn where they sell beer, scotch and every other drink that you want, and you want me to put a couple of little strawberry milks up here for you in a pub? That ain't happening. I don't care who mods it.
The queen.
It's not happening.
The queen of the show's requested it. She gets what she wants.
When we get back to, I'm not even listening to that. When we get back to somewhere that's not a reputable hotel like this that sells flavoured milk, that ain't happening. So we'll put Kimmy K and Mods front and centre, at the next show with their beautiful milk.
We look forward to that. We're going to have a little intermission next week. We must say that we take this opportunity to say we are going to have a little intermission next week. It's been a big spring carnival. We've got the 45 shows throughout the year. So episode 11 in a fortnight's time. You've got 14 days to prepare. We'll see some milk on the show. All right. Now, in the money, while we're here, I like this one you found, but I've found one better on top of it. But I'll let you go.
Rightio. Well, I found J. Edgar. I watched the trots last Friday at Shep. And I had the volume down because I think I was on the phone to you at that stage, and it rocketed home from the rear, and it has the potential to do that. J. Edgar, who we're talking about, but it settled last. Abby Turnbull drove it, and it was still last turning for home, and it was making serious ground in that last 200 metres. And matter of fact, the last 80 metres, it probably made up a good 2 lengths, and he's a Mildura type horse as well. He's won a couple of good races there. If they do take it up there, mate, I reckon win from there to Broken Hill.
Big call. There's another one floating around. I don't mind. But we'll take a look at the replay first at J. Edgar.
About 35 metres would cover the field with a mile to go, and Sugars has the favourite in front. Illawong Class strode across them from the wide alley to lead comfortably enough, and is getting a comfortable, trouble-free run for the favourite backers. No one's gone near it. On its back is Sheer Modern, and racing third on the pegs was Tiwanaku as they work their way inside the 1400. Now Michelle Phillips is going to make the move on Revolt, the second favourite, 41.6, a pretty good lead time. So as they slow up, it's often moving the second favourite to go up and park. Mama's New Dude can take some cover and get the 1 out, 1 back. 3 back on its inside there was Tiwanaku. 4 back the pegs was Dearest. 5 back out Quinn. Underneath of Ian Raymond, who shuffled to the back half of the field. J. Edgar's on the inside if she keeps coming, and Not a Replica is at the tail. 31-1 first quarter of the mile. So getting a little mid-race breather is Illawong Class down past the bell in the Shepparton BMW pace, and as he has the second favourite, the main danger up on his outside wheel, Sugars, he gets them going again on Illawong Class to the 800, 3 metres clear. Revolt on the outside has moved up to park for the final circuit. She Modern's had a lovely run and travels sweetly right up on the bit, ready for the Saddle World Shepparton sprint lane. Fourth, Mama's New Dude. On the inside, Tiwanaku, then Ian Raymond. Back on the pegs was Dearest looking for luck. She keeps Cummings, 20 off the front with 600 to go. The second quarter was quicker, 29.9. Then our Quinn, Not a Replica, and J. Edgar. Illawong Class is trying to run its rivals off their legs through this last lap, leads by 3 metres. At its wheel second, Revolt having to work hard, giving some ground on the inside. Sheer Modern as they quickened up down the back was just left lamenting a little, dropped the bridle. Mama's New Dude's driven up too. She keeps coming, is doing just that from the back of the field with a long run, moving up to fourth. Held up was Tiwanaku, then J. Edgar, 28.7 down the back. Top of the lane, lead Illawong Class. Revolt on the outside, hanging tough. She keeps coming, still grinding on. Illawong Class has got a lead. Revolt, she keeps coming. J. Edgar motoring home, but Illawong Class is going to lead all the way. Illawong Class beats Revolt. She keeps coming third just in front of J. Edgar, who is storming home. In behind.
What have you got, mate?
I got one out of me number one men's camp.
Yep.
Zazu. I know it's been in good form. It's had a few weeks off. Did trial very impressively. I'm going to put it down as our trial file. All right, interstate. I won't tell you what he said if he let it go, but it's in all seriousness, it's a serious horse on the rise. Zazu. They've done very, very well to find this horse. The stable is on fire at the moment. Kate Hargroves and Alex Ashwood. They took 4 to the trials just a few days ago as well, and Zazu was one of them. They took some new. They had River Boss there as well. Well Defined was back, the good trotter, and a very nice young trotter in one out of the square as well. So they've got a very good team of horses coming through, but Zazu is their headline act.
Yeah, they're going very well. There's probably only one horse that's not living up to his potential at the moment over there, isn't there?
Tries about as hard as me as I used to at the Williamstown Oval at 8:30 on a Saturday morning.
But the good thing is, mate, we're talking about Ideal World, which you own and have trained here in Adelaide. He's a serious racehorse, and the way that Albie and Kate are going with the horse, they'll find the bottom of the mystery to Ideal World, and he'll win some good races for you.
Yeah, he still ran fourth on the week. He's ran 2 fourths back after the short let up, but we've got a plan in place for him, and I'm confident he'll be back to the winner's circle in a short period. But while we're on that, we must just talk about your horse, Rocky, which one we like to follow. We've sent her to the breeding barn to be a mum, very well bred, but You know, we made a decision as a trainer and ownership group. There's a number, probably 30 or 40 owners in her. We talk about ownership groups and plenty of people involved, and we talk about our lava test. We never saw the best of her, but a short career, and unfortunately we had to make the call to retire her.
Well, when they're in that sort of pain and always needing that spell and hard work to get them up, she's such a beautiful mare to deal with for you as a trainer and us as owners. So it was the right thing to move her on to the breeding barn. So we'll miss her in the stable. She's a beautiful horse, but time to see what she can do.
And it's times you have to make those calls, but she is very well bred to the one change, a Group 1 winner too, and she's been sold to a very high-profile breeder, private breeder, so we look forward to watching her, and maybe one day we'll buy one of her foals. But let's go into Drive of the Week. Drive of the Week, thanks to the Capunda Harness Racing Club, and we're going to go 3 votes this week. Brody Webster.
Absolutely. 3 back the fence on British General and found his way out of that pocket at Port Perry. Found the line really well, British General. That's the way he likes to race, and he's a helmet follower, no question about that, and Brody drove it very, very well.
Yeah, drove very well there, Brody. He's driving well at the moment, and he seems to drive Port Perry really well, probably better than Globe Derby, I'd say.
Yeah, no, I agree with that for sure. I think it's because of that Webster patience as well, that they wait and they find the gaps, and Perry does give you that opportunity if you're prepared to hang around where you are and then wait for that last little bit of luck, and he got it Saturday night.
And you're right, he is that sort of driver. He does like to drive with a bit of patience, but that's why he does suit a lot of horses. 2 votes, Lisa Ryan. I am the one. Did break through. Toby Ryan done a very good job with this horse.
Yeah, the only reason why I put that up so high in the drives was Perry's just that track where you've got to go forward, and she did push forward really hard from the start, so she got past a few horses soon after the start and then took that chance to go to the death, which looks a simple drive, but I just thought the thinking behind it was good to get up to the front, and she controlled the race a bit. They had a 32 1/4, I reckon, which probably helped win the race, and just got home. So.
No, tough win. And 1 vote, Ken Rogers. He'll be right up there in the point score. I don't think he scored 1 out of 3, but he scored some 2s and 1s as well. And we'll bring you a full leaderboard when we come back in 2 weeks' time as well. But we'll update that. But his drive on Ides of March caught your eye, Rocky.
Yeah, it did. It's the same thing. The Ides of March has led its last 2 starts prior and won very, very well. Drew the second row at Port Perry, and all of a sudden it's $7. And everyone forgot that Kenny might just go to the front here, and he did. He found his way to the front, came out aggressive at the start, got to the top and controlled the race himself, so I thought that was a good drive.
I was actually watching that race with you, and they come past us, remember, and I looked up, and I think you looked down at your phone, you like the mid-race odds, and you looked down at your phone, and I said, Kenny's in front. We didn't even notice as well. And Ryan was in front at the time, but he was waiting for Kenny to make that move, and after already being attacked earlier, but he waited, and Kenny calm and obliged and went straight to the front, and it was all over.
Yeah, that's right. That's the way he's got some aggression about him, Kenny, when he really wants to get moving.
On and off the track.
On and off the track. Yes, that's true. Trial fault?
No, Zazu's our trial file, so we did mention that. But let's just talking on Kenny. So Kenny and Danny got the Australasian Drivers' Championship this week down in Hobart over the weekend. So they're not actually here to drive in the claiming final. And we do talk about the $17,000 claiming final with Solar Sonic in it this week. But all the best to Kenny and Danny down in Tasmania this week as they go to battle. We look forward to hopefully one of them can fly the SA flag and we get them on the show and talk about the win. Yeah.
Both of them, hopefully we can get both of them at some time in the next couple of weeks and have a good chat about their experience in driving against the pretty serious drivers that they're up against this weekend.
I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have sat in row 13A and 13B together.
No, that wouldn't be happening, mate. Probably on different planes.
Row 6 and row 26, I reckon. But anyway, any more to cover in race pacing news this week, Rocky, I should say?
No, mate, we're starting to build our own stable, but we don't blow our own bags here, but we are on the right track, hopefully, and we just hope that HRSA can get this state together and build a bloody solid foundation for us moving forward.
I'm hoping there's a nice trial file to talk about in a couple of weeks' time.
That'd be nice. Yeah, I think you got one in mind there.
We'll leave it at that. Anyway, thanks to our viewers this week on our pacing segment. It is episode 10, and as we did say, we're going to have next week off. We've got a short break. I've got to travel for work. Claire's out. we don't want to leave the show to you. No, you're not busy. We just don't want to leave the show for you to run by yourself. We worry about what it'll do to the brand itself that we're starting to create. Cotton.
He knows a fair bit about arms racing.
He knows as much. He knows. He only knows as much as he does when he's on the drink. That's the problem.
Let's go. Let's go home.
Anyway, thanks, viewers. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time with racing, pacing, and chasing.